Hello and welcome to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle, and I found this guy on the Smogon Battle Finder, and we got a PU battle for you guys today. And I just shaved my head about an hour ago, and for some reason, whenever someone gets a haircut, people always find the need to point it out, even though it's ever so obvious. But I digress. So if I look different in the drum cover tomorrow, that's because I shaved my head. It's still me. Do not fret. So, anyway, he's going to lead off with his Puzzle, and I lead off with my Sandshrew. Just pretty standard stuff that I'm doing here. He's going to go for the HP Ice. I kind of was expecting that. He could have also gone for the Nasty Plot. That's why I decided to stay in. But Sandshrew is going to be able to go for the EQ and take out that Puzzle in one hit because that thing has very shallow defenses. So, I get the early lead first turn, so he's going to go into his Pidgeot, U-turn my Sandshrew. It doesn't kill because Sandshrew has monstrous physical defense, and he's going to go into Brad. And I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks on his Brad, and he's going to go for the Seismic Toss, which is going to take out my own Sandshrew. And this is pretty cool, seeing another guy use a Sandshrew. I've never really seen anyone else use a Sandshrew. So here, being like my Caracosta, his Earthquake is not going to do much because I have Solid Rock and I have max HP invested. And Aqua Tail is not going to kill off this Sandshrew because of what I said earlier, the monster's defense and whatnot. So Aqua Tail brings it down to a 2-hit KO, but unfortunately for my Sandshrew, the rocks get spun away, and then I just kill Brad with an Aqua Tail. And he's going to go out to his Golduck, and I'm just going to switch out because I was predicting the HP Grass, but instead of HP Grass, he goes for the Hydro Pump because nothing on my team resists the water move, so I see why he did that. He gets a crit on my Adam Stantler, and Adam Stantler finally dies, so he can no longer be in terrible movies, and his Golduck is going to switch out into his Pidgeotto, and I'm just going to yawn that thing on the switch in, so it's just going to force him out again, which gives me a free layer of spikes to set up, because Shelmet is... that's what it does, it just sets up layers of spikes. And let me tell you a thing about this Hypno, it's not fun to play against because it's very stally, and I hate stall. And this Hypno is the reason why this battle is so much longer. It's 31 turns? Yeah, 31 turns. My battles are usually 20 to 25 turns. So what's up with that? That's 6 unnecessary turns. Anyway, he sets up both screens, and then I just get up like my third layer of spikes on the switch into his Pidgeot. Unfortunately, for me, Pidgeot is not affected by these spikes because it is a flying type, and it's going to go for the Brave Bird and take out my Shelmet because this Shelmet is not physically invested, it is more specially invested because I got Sandshrew to deal with that. But both my walls are pretty much gone, and my Caracosta is going to try to revenge kill that Pidgeot, but it doesn't happen because it just switches out into an Audino. I missed the Stone Edge, and this is what I was talking about when I said that lots of my moves aren't very reliable accuracy, and that's kind of like the downfall to this team. And then when he paralyzes my Caracosta, I'm not really going to mind because I have no speed investments at all, and I'm a flipping turtle, so turtles are slow. I don't know what this guy was thinking. Anyway, I'm going to go for the Stone Edge, but he goes for a Wish, and Audino is not going to die. It lives with a sliver of HP, and then it's going to Parafusion me instead of going for the Protect, and I hit myself in my confusion, so the Wish is going to bring him back up to a good amount of HP, which is where it's like a 3-hit KO for Choice Banded Stone Edge from Caracosta. That is flipping outrageous, but good for me that his Reflect Bird's off, so now I don't really have to deal with that. He switches out into his Golduck to do some shenanigans, perhaps, and anyway, I'm just going to switch out my Caracosta and go into my Arbok and get the Intimidate off. Doesn't really matter because this Golduck is a specially attacker. And anyway, he's going to go for the Scald, and this thing is Choice Golduck because you don't see Life Orb or Leftover, so it's obviously choiced. Anyway, he has a Choice Specs, or probably maybe Scarfed Scald, and he gets the Burn, which cripples my Arbok. I just might put Shed Skin on this, so things like situations like this doesn't happen. And I missed the Gunk Shot on the Hypno, and this thing... let me tell you about this thing. It is very annoying with the stalling tactics and whatnot. It's just going to set up the Reflect again, and I realize on my team that I have no special attackers because there isn't like a plethora of special attackers in the PU tier, and this is a PU battle, whatever. Anyway, So, my Arbok is going to come back in on this Hypno, and this gets really stally here, so I sped it up by a lot. I'm a very impatient man, and I was pretty much saying, like, why didn't you just kill off my Arbok with a Seismic Toss in the first place and save me these 6 turns of my life? But that doesn't happen, but he just ends up going for the Seismic Toss, which is kind of rage-inducing. He tried to burn stall me and then Seismic Toss me. It's like, I'm getting impatient anyway. I could have poisoned off after one of my gunk shots that I hit, like 3 gunk shots out of 3 I hit or something. Anyway, I just go for the Brave Bird with my Dodrio, but since he has the Reflect up, it's not going to be able to kill his Hypno, but the poison damage is. And he goes for the Wish, perhaps the pass. And this guy has 2 wishes on the team. That's pretty cool. I've never really seen that. Anyway, as you saw there, his Reflect wore off, and his Golduck is going to come in and perhaps do some things, but I'm faster than it because this is a Scarf Dodrio, and that's what it does. It just outspeeds things. This thing is specifically meant to take out Sawix, but there's no Sawix in PU, but I digress. Anyway, I just go for another Brave Bird on this Audino, and that's pretty much a good game at this point, because he does have the Thunder Wave, and he still has a Pidgeot left. So, right there, as you can see, he goes for the Thunder Wave, and now I'm slow, and my Scarf is meaningless. It just locks me into Brave Bird. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to Brave Bird everything. He goes for the Wish here. It's not really going to matter, because I'm going to kill his Audino with a Brave Bird, but he still has a Pidgeot left, and that was pretty much good game from there. So, his Pidgeot is going to Brave Bird my Dodrio, and that was a pretty ironic ending. Something a Brave Bird ending, everything, but died from a Brave Bird. So anyway, until next time, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys get to see my shiny head of hair, and with the drum cover. So anyway, toodaloo.